sir. What's up, my people? What's up, my people? Listen, today we're going to talk about how I lost 100 pounds and got my body fat percentage to 10%. Stay tuned. We got a good one. Let's get it. Listen, I'm going to give you guys 10 tips today that's going to get you right. We're going to get going. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notify button so you can be aware of new videos that are coming out. Let's get it. Listen, guys, for tip number one, I'm going to give you guys a backstory. So I played football at Howard University in Washington, D.C. And towards the end of my career, I actually had to get 3 surgeries on my body. And it just changed the way I look. I got so much bigger. I lost a lot of muscle. My body fat percentage was incredibly high. It was in the double digits. I was in like the upper 20s. And I didn't know what to do. And I just didn't like the way I felt. I no longer liked the way I looked. So I decided to make a decision that I was gonna get better and change my body and get my body back to what it used to be. But I just knew I had to take it one day at a time. So I encourage you guys to just stay at it. Tip number one is mindset. It's got to be a mindset. You have to believe you can do it. I was in a dark place, but I decided to just get out of it and keep fighting and keep persevering through all the issues that I had. I did not know I was going to have to get 3 surgeries. I thought I was only going to need 1, and then I ended up getting a second one, and then I ended up getting a third one. But I just decided, I said I wasn't going to let that be the end of me. You know, so I just started off with just the mindset, and then, you know, I was telling people, hey, listen, I got this goal. I'm going to get this weight off. So I encourage all of you guys, listen, like, I've been there. I don't want you guys to see me now and just think, oh, it's so easy for him. No, I've been there. It's been challenging, but I challenge you guys to push through and make a decision today to get better. That's all I want to do. My goal here is to just encourage you guys to decide, hey, I'm going to pursue this fitness and I'm going to hit it out the park. Once you get going, it gets easy, I promise. But I've been there when it's been hard and you don't want to do it and you just can't believe where you're at in life, but you just kept going. So I can relate to that, and I just challenge you guys to just, for tip number one, have that mindset and say, I'm going to get this accomplished. So that's tip number one. Okay, for tip number 2, you guys are going to hear me say this 1,000 times. Tip number 2 is walking. Walking is so important. I can't express to you how important it is. And it's something, if you put on a lot of weight, which we all have been there, we've all put on a lot of weight, I have as well, something as simple as just walking will make a big difference. I started off by just walking 5,000 steps, and I built up to 5,000, 6,000, until I got to 10, 12,000 steps. My cap is 12. My cap is 12,000 steps, y'all. We're not walking more than 12,000 steps and doing cardio and lifting weights. But I encourage you guys to just walk wherever you may be at in life. And if all you can do is walk, that's perfectly fine. There was a point in time where all I could do was walk. So let's just walk. Let's walk it out, and you'll walk the weight right off your body. You will walk off 1 to 2 pounds a week. I promise you. So for tip number 2, walking. Okay, for tip number 3, we have resistance training. Guys, listen, don't make this hard. Resistance training, all it is walking lunges, bench press, squats, barbell curls. And I understand the gym can be very scary because I've been there. Like, I don't like to go to the gym. Funny thing is, I'm introverted. I don't like to be around a lot of people all the time. It can be overwhelming. So I understand how the gym can be scary. But I say, hey, listen, go to the gym for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Go into the gym, do some squats, do some walking lunges, and then leave. Start to get comfortable being in the gym, even if it's just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until you can build up to 40 minutes. If your body only allows you, if you can't do weighted things because you're struggling with that, just start off with doing body weight. Just stand up. You don't even have to go to the gym. Just stand up at home and just do a body weight squat. Plain and simple. Start implementing weight training and resistance training. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, major. Track your macros, guys. You have to track your macros. Macros is short for macronutrient. That is your protein, carbs, and your fats. You can use the apps such as MyFitnessPal. That's the app, that's my go-to app that I use every day. Some people look up food, they count their calories. That's a lot. I just prefer to put it in my app and measure my food like that. When I started tracking my food, it took my fitness to a whole new level, and it was very helpful. Tracking came later on down the line for me. That's something that I've recently been doing, and that's given me the most benefit and the most results. So I definitely recommend tracking your food. So that's tip number 4, making sure you're tracking those calories. Because a lot of times we don't really know how much we're eating. A lot of times we're overeating, and a lot of times we're even under-eating. So it's very important when you track your food in those apps and you weigh your food on the scale and you use measuring cups. it's a way for you to hit your macros each and every day and be consistent. So I definitely recommend tip number 4, count your macros. Now listen, before I go to the next tip, I must say, make sure you guys subscribe. Also hit the notify button. The notify button allows you to see each and every time that I put out a video, and it'll be very interesting so you guys can see what topics you like on a day-to-day basis, and you'll be able to stay in tune with what's going on, and we can do this fitness journey together. So like I said, hit the subscribe and the notify button. We're gonna get to it. Next tip coming up. Tip number 5, guys. Tip number 5, major. Increase your fiber intake. A lot of you guys are not eating enough vegetables, not eating enough fruits, not eating enough whole wheats, and it's messing up your gut health. It's very important to eat your fibers, you guys. Stop loading up on so much fruit. You guys are eating 5 servings of fruits a day. Fruit still has sugars in it. Yes, it's natural sugars, but you don't need that many servings. All you need is 1 to 2 servings of natural fruits. And make sure you're getting those veggies in, because the more fiber you have, the better. So please, you want to make sure that you're at least consuming 30 grams of fiber a day. That's going to help with your gut health. That's going to help you keep you nice and light, feeling good, and it's just overall important. Fiber is very important. People don't talk about it enough. Please make sure you're getting your vegetables for your fiber. And that is tip number 5. Tip number 6, guys, make sure you're still loading up on your protein. I see a lot of people get rid of their carbs, they get rid of their fats, and they also get rid of their protein. No. Keep the protein high. You want 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per lean body mass. So please make sure you're keeping that protein up. Protein helps you burn more calories. By having that large amount of muscle, you'll burn more calories naturally. But now that I'm more in shape, it's easier for me to stay in shape because I naturally burn more calories just standing. Versus when you don't have as much muscle, you're not burning as many calories. So make sure you keep your protein high. That's tip number 6. All right, I know you guys are gonna come for me, so here we go. Don't get mad at me, okay? Tip number 7, cut back on the refined carbs, okay? You guys, come on. You can't eat the bag of chips, the Doritos, the donuts. Now listen, I love all of that stuff. You know, I love my pizza, I love my donuts, I love my slushies. You guys will see me eat it all the time, for sure. But while you're in a cut, you gotta cut back on it. Something that really helped me out was just don't have it in the house. Whenever I have my refined sugars, whenever I go to 7-Eleven, I have to go to 7-Eleven. If I have it in the house, then I'm gonna consume more of it. So just, for the time while you're cutting weight down, just don't have it in the house. I'm not saying it's gotta be forever, but this is a good practice, at least while you're cutting. So tip number 7, cut down the refined carbs. Tip number 8, make sure you do more cardio. I love taking dance classes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I used to play football, so they used to call me Sweet Feet. Those that know, those that don't. But hey, listen, find something you enjoy doing. I love doing cardio. I love doing things such as dancing, sprinting, jogging, jump roping, boxing classes. There's so many different forms of cardio. Find something you like to do and do it 3 to 4 times a week. Let's get it. That's tip number 8. Tip number 9, you guys are gonna love this. Cheat meal. You guys put the work in, go enjoy yourself, have a cheat meal. If you're hitting your goals, you're doing cardio 3 to 4 times a week, you're hitting your weights, you're doing your resistance training, you're losing weight. Yes, go have something, go enjoy something on the weekend, go have a nice little cheat meal. Typically when I'm on a cut and I'm trying to lose a lot of weight and keep burn off the body fat, I typically don't do cheat meals because I'm tempted to want to keep eating. So you have to know who you are. If you're someone that, if you have a cookie, the next day you're going to want another cookie, then you might not want to do that cheat meal while you're on a cut. But if you're somebody you say, hey, you know what? I want to see my friends, I want to hang out with my friends on Saturday, I can go hang out, we can go have a good cheat meal, and then I can get back to my routine on Monday, then for sure go ahead and do that. But just remember, it's a cheat meal and not a cheat day. So tip number 9 is go out, have yourself a nice cheat meal on the weekend, preferably so you can be with your friends. That's tip number 9. Tip number 10, last but not least, hey, listen, be consistent. When I got consistent, that's when I was able to see the results. It's hard work, guys, but if you're consistent, you'll get it. So tip number 10, be consistent. If you're consistent, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get to where you gotta get to. Follow my page, check out my other videos, and you'll get the results you want, but you have to be consistent. The results are not guaranteed, but by being consistent and putting in the hard work, you will get the body of your dreams. You will get the body you want, and that excites me so much. I'm so excited when I see the before and afters, and I'm looking forward to more before and afters. So tip number 10, be consistent. Okay guys, those are the 10 tips that I use to help me lose 100 pounds. I promise you, if you guys stay on it, you guys follow that plan, and you really put the work in and you're consistent, you will drop that weight. I've been there where everything was out of whack and I've gained a lot of weight. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, but I stayed motivated, I fought hard, and I got to where I wanted to get to. So I challenge you guys to apply those 10 tips to your life. Listen, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notify button as well so you can see future content that's coming out. We got a lot of amazing things coming up. I'm looking forward to all the body transformations. Hey, content performance all day, and we're out. Let's get it.